So let me ask you, are you feeling overwhelmed by the web design process? Do you want to create a website that truly reflects your brand and your business and converts leads and clients, but you don't know where to begin? Well, today I am going to give you the skinny on how to build a website, how to simplify the process, and make it easy for yourself. So before I dive into the details of that, let me introduce myself. I am Heather Stevens. I am the owner of Wise Owl Marketing, and for almost 10 years now, we have been building custom websites and funnels for coaches, consultants, and service business owners. If you're looking to grow your business, click the subscribe button. Every single week, I've been putting out a video to help you simplify your marketing and leverage yourself, scale your business, and attract those clients that you love to serve. Let's start with what you're going to do to prepare to build your website. Just like most projects that you do, whether it's home improvement or anything along those lines, the success of the project really depends on the preparation that you put into it. And building a website is exactly the same way. First thing is you need to get clear on what is the goal of the website. What's it going to do for your business? For example, are you looking for lead generation? Are you looking for positioning so that you're seen as the premier option in your niche? Are you looking for sales and conversions on your website, or just building some brand awareness? You want to be clear on what the goals of the website are and what you want it to actually do. Like, you want to be able to collect email addresses. You want to give a place for people to go to find information about your website. Are you incorporating an opportunity for people to buy right on your website? So spend a few minutes, get clear on your goals. Then the next step you want to do is focus on your ideal client research. And this will make or break your website. And it's one of those things that many of us don't really enjoy the process of doing the ideal client research. But I'm here to tell you, the more effort you put into this step, the easier everything else that you do will become. Think about, who do you want to attract with your website? Who is that person that needs the services that you offer? Get to know them, get inside their head. How do they think? What questions do they have? Where are they stuck? What have they tried that hasn't worked? There's a few ways to do this. First of all is AI. So whether you're using Gemini or ChatGPT, there are a lot of AI tools out there where you can type in your ideal client and ask for information so that you can identify like what their pain points are and what their challenges are and what their objections might be. That's a great starting point. Another thing you can do is you can interview your ideal clients. So if you've already worked with some people that you were able to get great results with, interview them and ask them, where were they before you got started working together? What were they telling themselves about their problem? How are they feeling? Then another way is to go in and mine your testimonials and your client intake forms and things that where people have submitted information about their business, maybe to book a discovery call. The goal is to pick out phrases and things that they're saying and identify what their major pain points are, what the hot buttons are for them, and get really clear on that. And once you've done that, gather it all together in a document that you can reference frequently, because you will use that in all aspects of your marketing. It's time really well spent. The next thing we want to do is we want to focus on your offers. So you probably already have coaching packages put together, but when we put them on the website, we want to position them in a way that it's a no-brainer for somebody to say yes. So just like we've done the research on the ideal clients, we want to optimize your offers now to appeal to those ideal clients. And so we want to focus on, what are the outcomes that you deliver? What are the objections that they have? We want to overcome all of those things. There are 4 things that I really recommend you focus on with your offers. The first one is you want to focus on the transformation your offer delivers. A lot of times we naturally want to think about, how many sessions is it and what do they actually get? And we're focused on the deliverables, but you really want to focus more on the transformation. That's what your clients are looking for, is the outcome that your offer is going to give them. You also want to make a big list of every objection you can possibly think of that they may have, and then solve that with your offer. Ultimately, people are looking for the fastest way to the finish line. So how can they get results as quickly and easily as possible? So as you're tailoring your offers for those ideal clients, make sure that you're keeping those things in mind. Again, it's all about making saying yes to your offers an absolute no-brainer for your clients. Once you've done that and you have your offers dialed in, the next thing you want to take a look at will be your lead magnet. So most of the people who visit your website, I don't care how amazing and beautiful it is, they're not in a buying mode yet. And so they are browsing, they're checking out what you have, but they're not necessarily ready to make a decision. And so what we want to do is give them a lead magnet or some kind of a freebie that they can download in exchange for their email. If you don't collect their email, they're going to go away, and chances are they're not going to come back again. But if we can get them to give you their email, then you have a way to get in touch with them over and over again. You can provide value that builds rapport and earns their trust and educates them about your offers and gets them to the point that when they're ready to buy, you're the one that they think about. I recorded a video a couple weeks ago about that, which I'll link to down below this video. And I also have a couple of resources for you. I have 101 lead magnet ideas, and I have some lead magnet templates to make this step of the process easy. Having a lead magnet and a funnel on your website, and I'll talk about the funnel in a minute, but having those things on your website, they're going to basically take your website from a digital brochure to an actual marketing system that can grow your business for you. So this is a really important step that you don't want to miss. Once you have your lead magnet designed, you want to focus on your website copy. The words on your website have tremendous power, and it's not something to just sort of breeze through. This is an important step. And just like in any type of communication, you need to make sure that you're saying things in a way that the people who are hearing you can hear what you've said and interpret it in a way that it makes sense to them. I would much rather have an ugly website that has amazing copy that engages my audience than have a gorgeous website with not so great copy. Okay, hands down, I pick the ugly website with great copy every single time. So there are 4 ways that having great website copy are going to benefit your business. The first one is explaining why customers should choose you. The second is it's going to increase your traffic from the search engines if you've optimized your copy with keywords. You want it to help motivate your ideal clients to take action and kind of filter out the ideal clients versus the people who aren't a great fit for you. The ultimate goal for your website copy is to increase conversions and get that lead or get that sale. And so focus on this. I know that this is sometimes hard for people, but don't let it overwhelm you. If you are not a great writer, use tools like AI, ChatGPT, or Gemini to help you create a rough first draft. That's a great way to do it if you have no idea how to write sales copy. It'll give you a good first start. And also, remember, you don't have to have a lot of copy. Less is more when it comes to a website, because when people land on your site, they're not looking to read. It's not like they're opening up their Kindle ready to read a book. They're skimming. They're quickly scanning your page, trying to determine, am I in the right place? Is this what I'm looking for? And so you want to have little bites of copy scattered throughout your site and really great headlines so that they can skim through the headlines and understand what the page is all about. I recommend that you start small. Build a website that includes like a home page, an about page, maybe a services page or a couple if you have a couple of different services that you offer, and a contact page. Keep it simple. Don't do too much. Don't bite off more than you can chew in the beginning. You can always add pages down the road, but we want to get your website live as quickly as possible so that it can start growing your business for you. So if you're short on time or you're overwhelmed by the writing process, you can always start with a one-page website. This is basically a landing page that has little sections on it in order to tell people about your business and your offers and about you and to promote your lead magnet and your contact form and whatever. But it's nice being one page because it's a really minimal amount of content that you need to come up with. There's a book by Donald Miller called Building a Story Brand. The gist of the book is that you want to make the reader, the visitor of your website, the hero of the story, and you're the guide to help them get results. The visitor doesn't care about you or your business yet. And unfortunately, most business websites, they talk all about themselves and what we offer, and we do this and we do that. And your visitors, they're not to that point yet. They're focused on what's in it for me. And so answer the questions for them. What do you do? How will it help them? What do they need to do to take the next step? And if you do that, then you're going to be miles ahead of the typical business website out there. Another tip I have for your copy is to use regular language. It's easy for us to fall into kind of industry jargon because we're in our space and there's buzzwords, there's things that we pull in. So I'm going to give you an example, and I'm going to go ahead and read this here so that I can stay on track. But this is what I tend to see on coaching websites, okay? Through personalized one-on-one coaching sessions, I aim to empower individuals to unlock their full potential, overcome obstacles, achieve their goals, and lead to profound personal growth and fulfillment. So that's what we would say, right? Like when we're talking about our business, because we want to like flower it up and make it amazing. But what is your client thinking when they land on it? They're thinking, I want to feel happier and more confident in my life. So I would much rather you use, I want to feel happier and more confident in my life is the type of language and the tone that you're using rather than the flowery stuff. Write like you speak. You want them to feel like they can hear your voice as they're reading your copy, and incorporate keyword phrases if possible in your copy to help your website show up in the search engines. In addition to website copy, you're going to want to write funnel copy. And if you're not familiar with what a funnel is it's a series of steps that guides people from being a stranger to becoming a client. And so we take them through the process of becoming aware of your business and understanding what you can offer and getting them to the point that they're ready to buy. And I recommend having 3 pages in your funnel. The first one is a landing page that promotes your lead magnet. This is basically a page that has an opt-in form for them to give you their name and email address in order to get your lead magnet. After they've completed that, you want to take them to a confirmation page where you're congratulating them, letting them know that the email will be in their inbox shortly with the link to download their lead magnet. But if they'd like some help, click here to book a discovery call or click here to check out this offer, whatever that next step is in your funnel. And then you're going to want a third page, which is a page that they can go to when they click the link in their email to take them to your website in order to download the freebie that they've requested and invite them again to book a discovery call. You're going to want to write the copy for those pages, and just like for your website pages, less is more. Okay, minimal amount of content, keep it really simple and straightforward. We're talking like maybe a headline with some supporting bullets on your landing page and the opt-in form, and that's it. So don't let this step overwhelm you. It's really not as overwhelming as many people make it out to be. So we're almost there. There are a few more odds and ends that you need to think about in this preparation stage. You're going to need legal pages on your website, things like your terms of service, your privacy policy, your cookie policies, and all of that. Now, I'm not an attorney and I'm not telling you what to do with that, but there's a tool that we use and recommend called Termageddon, and they have a process where you put in information about your business and they generate terms and privacy and all the different legal pages that you need on your website, and they keep them always up to date. It's what we've been using in our business. I absolutely love them. I'll pop a link below that gives you 10% off your order if you need it. You're also going to want to gather testimonials from clients that you've worked with in the past. Think of testimonials that are going to tell the story of the results that you were able to give. So yes, some character testimonials like you were a great person to work with, but ultimately the people landing on your website, they want to know, are you going to be able to give them results? And so if you have testimonials that share results, whether they're tangible or intangible progress that people are going to be able to make, those are going to work much better for you. And then the last thing is you're going to want photos on your website. So pictures of you, pictures with your clients, maybe pictures of any books that you've written or anything along those lines. I recorded a video last week on planning a branding photo shoot. I'll link that up below for you as well. It's really helpful if you need to gather those images. And next, we're going to move on to the stage of actually building the website. Okay, so are you ready? The first thing you want to do is you want to think about the platform that you're going to use for your website. So I have been using WordPress since I think probably about 2007. It is an awesome platform. It's the one that I recommend. It doesn't matter if you're on Squarespace or Wix or GoDaddy or something like that, as long as the website will do what it needs to do as far as generating leads and working with your email software and that kind of thing, you're fine. I like WordPress because it gives so much flexibility, and it's something that will absolutely grow with your business. My business started in 2015 and I'm still on the same WordPress site. It's evolved. It's, been redesigned and prettied up and added features and taken them away when I no longer needed it. But it's been a very flexible platform for my business and I highly recommend it. And with WordPress, there's a WordPress platform that's kind of like Squarespace where you're on their platform, and then there's WordPress where it's a self-hosted WordPress site. So when I recommend WordPress, I'm always recommending the self-hosted WordPress version. The other thing is on WordPress you need to pick a theme and you need to pick plugins and things along those lines in order to add functionality and a layout to the website. The theme that I like and use all the sites that we build is called Beaver Builder, and it's a very easy to use WYSIWYG editor, which, oh my gosh, I just totally dated myself. For those of you who aren't old like me, WYSIWYG means what you see is what you get, and it's an old term that was used in website design and those kind of things. And it basically means that you can design a website without having to know code. You can just drag and drop things around, and as you're building out the page, you can see what it's going to look like. It's not like you're working in a dashboard and then you've got to save the page and go look at it to see what it's going to look like. So it's a really user-friendly platform that anybody can use. And I really like that. They also have a bunch of different pre-built templates for different pages that you can have on your website. If you're not a designer and you're not doing this from scratch, you could pick out a layout that kind of flows with your content. But with Beaver Builder, you're able to drag in rows. And let's say I want to put 3 columns here. You can drag in a 3-column row and you can put different, modules into there in order to get the look that you want. So WordPress with the Beaver Builder theme and plugin. I'll put links down below if you're doing it on your own. That's what I recommend. The next thing you're going to need is an email marketing platform. There are a lot of options out there. The one I'm using right now and the one I'm recommending to my clients right now is called Flowdesk, and I really like it because it's a very user-friendly platform. It's easy to create really beautiful emails and segment your emails so you're sending specific messages to certain people. I have a link that I'll put down below for you that's going to give you 50% off your first year with Flowdesk. If you want something that's more robust, Flowdesk is kind of it's a simpler program that doesn't have as many bells and whistles as some of the others. We were on ActiveCampaign before, and I've built hundreds of websites and put them with an email marketing platform in ActiveCampaign and set those up. That's another very robust platform. If you have a more advanced business where you need fancier workflows and things like that, ActiveCampaign may be an option. They also have a built-in CRM pipeline if you want to track your sales. So I'll put a link to ActiveCampaign below. There's also other platforms like ConvertKit or MailChimp, so those are fine as well. Flowdesk is my favorite. It's the one that I'm using right now. I just like how user-friendly it is, and I like that it's affordable, and no matter how big my list gets, the price is the same. So it was a really big savings for me. You're also going to need a way for people to automatically book an appointment with you. And the appointment scheduler that I recommend is called TidyCal. And the reason I like it is it gives you the ability to have multiple appointment types and things like Calendly or Acuity or whatever. But it's $29 right now for a lifetime license. And compared to what I was paying for Calendly before, it was a good savings for us. It doesn't have as many bells and whistles as Acuity. It doesn't have as many bells and whistles as Calendly, but it's a really good alternative. And I am running my business with it. And I love the lifetime license option. I think that's awesome. You also want to think about how are you going to get paid, right? If clients are going to be able to buy things from you, how are you going to be able to do that? Flowdesk does have a checkout version, so you can either do Flowdesk with just the email or you can do Flowdesk with email and checkout, and that will connect to your Stripe account so that everything's in there. And the nice thing about that is you'll be able to segment in your email list very easily. Customers, from leads, from people who've downloaded specific lead magnets. You can really segment your list nicely if you have the checkout built into that. You do have the option of just creating a Stripe checkout link, and you put it into a button on your website where all the payment stuff happens on Stripe. And that's a really nice alternative if you only have a few things that you're selling. If you're doing like an e-commerce type site, then I would recommend WooCommerce for that as an option for you to be able to have lots of different products. You can do add-ons to WooCommerce. WooCommerce, the plugin itself is free, but if you want to do anything fancy like memberships or subscriptions, there are plugins that you can add to WooCommerce to add that functionality. They are paid plugins, but they work really well. If you're looking to do some kind of like membership site or courses in your site, LearnDash is a really good option. LearnDash has courses. So if you want to have digital courses so you can earn some passive income and leverage your time a little bit, that's a really good platform that we recommend and we use a lot. Another option for memberships, LearnDash has a new membership platform called MemberDash inside of LearnDash. So go to LearnDash and look up memberships there. That's a good alternative for a membership platform. The one we typically go to is the WooCommerce members, but we just built a site with the LearnDash MemberDash version, and it was beautiful and easy to use, and I really liked it. Sometimes you might need in your automations different platforms to talk to each other that don't normally connect. If that's the case, there are tools like Zapier that you can use. So for example, if you have a lead who books an appointment with you, you can set up a Zapier Zap to send that lead from TidyCal over to Flowdesk and tag them as booked an appointment so that you could put them in like a show up sequence where you're sending out testimonials and here's what to expect on our call and getting them excited to show up. So if you do have platforms that aren't talking to each other when you're trying to build out your website, Zapier is a good alternative to that. So overall, I would take it slow. I would start small by working on just the basic pages, the home, about, the services. Do your prep work ahead of time. It's going to make building your website a million times easier when you have everything ready at your fingertips to be able to grab those images and pull in your copy, your headlines, all of that. And if you want some help with this, we've got several programs, whether we're building a website together or we've got website kits that you can purchase that come pre-built with Beaver Builder and the pages and the plugins and everything that you're going to need. Or if you're looking to have a custom website and a funnel build, that's what we do primarily. But we have a lot of options for a lot of different budgets. So if you'd like some help building your website, you can book a discovery call or a clarity call with me and we can talk about your business and I can help you figure out which options are best for you. And I want to say thanks so much for listening. I hope this was helpful for you today. I'll be here next week with some more mindset and design tips and marketing strategies in order to make your life easier and your business more successful. Click the subscribe button so you get notified when we post our next video. And until next time, happy marketing.